September is in the books. We'll go over the results now. I've hid the system list for ease of scrolling. You can unhide that here. Actually, in the portfolio calculator page, it is still, the download sheet is still unhidden, but for the video, I'm unhiding it. So taking a look here, all 77, all strategy access 77 strategies down 45 on the month after being up in August. July was down. The net of Q3 was 1 winning month and 2 losing months. But overall profitable in Q3. All strategy access 77 was up 20K in Q3. And so looking forward to Q4, we see some big months in October. If you scroll through here, 44, 46, 29, 47, 46, 52. You also see some low months during low volatility and election year 2016. Now we don't have enough, there's not enough Octobers in this series to say anything's really statistically valid. And so also we looked at September and said, wow, that's kind of a weak month on average since 2015, but there's not enough Septembers to make that statistically valid. You need at least 30 Septembers, and before 2008 the markets were different. A lot of those were traded on the pits, and so you don't have a statistical validity on a monthly basis for seasonality, but it did kind of fall in line. You wouldn't think that anything about 2020 would be seasonal, but it kind of was. And so down 45, similar to the weak months we've seen here in previous years. And so look at election year 2016, minus 896 in October, but then a big month in November, and 330 in December. So either way you slice it, November, one to three of these months in October through December could have a good year, could have a very good month and a very good quarter. Depending on volatility, it could be slow. It's possible it could be slow too. Slow in 2019, pretty slow in 2017. That was a very low volatility year, but up. You know, that quarter was up 30K quietly, up 30K in the all 77 and during low volatility, while 2018 was up 128K. 2019 was up 40K. 2016 was up 76K, 2015 was up 77K. And so looking forward to Q4, we will see how it plays out as the election rolls around and if it matches previous years. And we are currently in a 9K drawdown out of a 33K drawdown. So it's a good place to start at the beginning of the month, going into what's seasonally a strong quarter and a little bit of a drawdown. Let's look at the rest of the portfolios. I've posted the reports to each portfolio page. You can go there as well. A little bit of a drawdown at the finish of the month for stock index 19. The month was up slightly, 1502.50, and we have the same sort of analysis for all these that we just did with the all 77. They kind of all align. Big 2018 plus 80K, 2019 only 3,500, and 2017 was 6,000. 2016 was up 11.5K. So profitable quarters, depending on the type of volatility you get, could be big. I like the diversity of the other portfolios that include commodities as well. 36 stock index portfolio, minus 8,800 on the month. It's in a 12K drawdown out of 39K. Here is the, let's look at the drawdown curve so you can see where we're at. Normal drawdowns. Again, the stock index portfolio have very diversity with methodology, but not a lot of market diversity. So you're just trading the ES or the NQ in those. 200K portfolio ended the month up 35.90 slightly, in a little bit of a drawdown as it came into the end of the month off of its equity peaks, but nice Q3 up 22K, and then you have a nice projection into Q4 if you look at the Q4 results. Here's a drawdown curve, very cyclical and very fast. And let's look at 25K portfolio, up 27.42.50. End of the month at about a $2,000 drawdown from its equity peaks. And also looking at, a mixed variety of seasonalities. There's less strategies here. Less strategies, so you have less validity, I guess, for the seasonal cycles, less diversity. But it's been a solid performer all year. Up 57K on this portfolio setup in 2020. And if you started with 50K, you're doing pretty good. Micro stock index and gold portfolio, minus 700 or $700 drawdown currently, right around break even on the month. This is 1/10 of the minis and gold. The micros did slightly worse than that one. We're slightly down on the month. Some of the signals were different, and some of the slippage and commission was a little bit more. So the micros and on the gold and the ES and the NQ did slightly worse, and it was actually down the month in real trading. But after having a huge month in August. So July was down, August was big, September was break even to down, and looking forward to this setup as well. You get a repeat of 2018. 14K per micro, pretty good. And if you're trading these on the minis and the full gold, you're looking at 140K on a 52 strategy portfolio. Let's look at the other portfolios going into Q4. 100K day trade portfolio, end of the month in a $5,000 drawdown, but up 54.8250. It's a strong performer, and a nice 2018, pretty good 2019 end with a down October. And let's look at some of these. So 2016 was up 32K. 2015 was up 29K. So you can do that math. You can download the portfolio if you're trading the 100K portfolio. Let's look at two more left in this setup. 74.5625 is the current drawdown for the liquid day trade portfolio, down 2,500 on the month. And it's kind of a mixed quarter for this one. And you can do those same projections for Q4 in any of these. You have, when you trade day trade portfolio, you have less diversity. So the most diversity is the all strategy access, because you have the diversity of markets, you have diversity of methodologies, including day trade and swing trade. And when you go to a liquid day trade portfolio, you have the diversity of markets and methodologies, but you don't have the diversity of holding overnight strategies. So I know sometimes it's hard for some traders to sleep at night if they have positions on at night, so that's understandable. But there's some gains. There's a lot of benefits to trading strategies that trade well overnight. Sometimes the overnight strategies are the ones that make all the gains during certain time periods of trading, while the day trade strategies may struggle. SR countertrend 234. This one is very focused methodology over a wide range of markets, and it was down 1,020 in September. It's up slightly on the quarter, but not much, and it's been down since the pandemic. We've had more V movements than wave movements since the pandemic, so it's been in this drawdown. And one of the you can see how it's affected some of our other portfolios. So looking for a return to normal on this, or actually some adjustments. We're trying to look for different ways to adjust this setup as well on the SR counter trends. Also has some new strategies I talked about yesterday. But those are the results for the portfolios through September. We're starting October 1 today. It's midday here. Actually, just a couple of hours left in trading as I make this video on October 1. And I'm going to be sending out the latest strategies that I talked about yesterday. This set of strategies right here, there's 7 strategies that I'm going to be sending out. And you see we talked about these yesterday. This one went long, reversed to short, got stopped out on a trailing stop, took short trade again. It's very aggressive. And let's see, I tested this further back. I went back, I think, 7 years. The test yesterday only went back to October or January of 2018 right here, because you have a higher average trade profit, you see. But the strategy still works well. It just, when volatility picked up, it worked even better. So that's what I like to see. I like it when I can get a longer back test, even if the back test before this time period had lower average trade profits. We could recognize that, well, volatility was lower, and now that volatility is higher, we have greater average trade profits. So for example, you're looking at, almost $200, not quite $200 average trade profit, but well over $100 in 2020 for this setup, and over $100 in 2018 as well. So I look forward to releasing these strategies. If you have the all strategy access, the kind of a beta setup to see. We're going to determine in Q4 if those are strategies that will be added to the portfolio in 2021.